Hello. So I came back. I came back because you know what today is? Today is the Day of the Dead. I know I was talking about it yesterday. Do I have something? I was talking about it yesterday because it was Halloween, but it's not. It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. It is today and tomorrow. It's a 2 day holiday. So today is the day, like for the little angels, the babies that passed away. So we honor them. We remember the babies. So and then they call this day Dia de los Angelitos. Angelitos is the little angels. So I'm gonna just talk. I'm gonna put the link for the website for the Day of the Dead. Like it's just an explanation. It's just giving you details of what the Day of the Dead is. So and then it's a one time a year our departed they come back to us. Like your loved ones come back. It's a dedication to the deceased. The Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, is a 2 day holiday that reunites the living and the dead. Families create ofrendas. Those are your offerings. Like, let me show you. Let me show you because I'm like happy with it. But you see my cat, but is there. Like I have everything there. I'm gonna cook again, but it's not. No, it's looking crazy. Wait. So I have it there, and I cook for them. I have the water there. The plant is life, and that's my altar. Everyone has their own way to create the altar. Everyone has their own way to remember their family. So I have like a letter. My grandma wrote a letter. It's from 19 let me see. It's from 1986, and it's like this. I think I spilled wine on it or something, but she wrote it in pen, so her handwriting is still intact, and I keep it on the altar because she wrote it. I'm like, and then she was talking about me because I was little, and then and then when people pass away, I get like their little card, their remembrance card. That's what you call a remembrance card, and I would just put it on the altar there too. But my godfather's the big one. My godfather, he's in a urn. Like he's in a that was the urn that I was gonna use to be initiated in. So it has all the stuff for Oshun, like all the stuff, the eggshells, the cascarilla, the comb. It had everything in there for her, and then I was supposed to be paying him, but he passed away, and I never got to get initiated. So I got my urn back. But that's how I remember my godfather. I don't have a picture of him, but I have the urn, because he touched everything that was in there, But that's how I remember him, my godfather. Okay, let me offerings to honor their departed family members, and then they decorated with marigolds. Those are flowers, the marigold flowers. Photos of the departed and their favorite foods and drinks of the ones being honored. The offerings are believed to encourage visits from the land of the dead as the departed souls hear their prayers, smell their foods, and join in on the celebrations. Like you love them, and it's like my aunt, like she used to cook, so she was like the biggest. She was a chef, like she always cooked, and everybody would come because she was cooking. Like she was it. And ever since she passed away, nobody comes together anymore. Like she was love. Like we miss her. The Day of the Dead is a rare holiday for celebrating death and life. It is unlike any holiday where mourning is exchanged for celebration. Like you're not supposed to be sad and crying, and no, no, you're supposed to be happy. They're in a better place, and my godfather's not sick. He's not sick anymore. He's strong. He's better off where he is. I'm like happy for him because he's strong now. Like he's so strong right now, and he's with me. He's with me, and I know he's strong, and he's like he don't let nothing come my way. But my aunt and other people that's there. Let me see. The Day of the Day is a holiday to remember loved ones by sharing a meal with them as one would when they were alive. So we're supposed to cook. You're supposed to cook for them, and put a dish out, like put something on the table for them to eat it. The dish, they're not physically here. No one's really eating the food in real life. If you want to be logical, right? The food is on the altar is a representation of the food, and the spirits do eat the food. So when they go for the food in the spirits, they're going for the food. The food never goes away. It's always food there because you have the food there. So they can eat as much as they want, and there's always going to be food there because you put it there for them. So it's never they're never going to go without. That's why we're supposed to remember the ancestors and do stuff for the ancestors. Like when I burn ancestor money, the money helps them in the spirit realm. So we're supposed to burn the money because the money is going to help them in the spirit realm, like to help them get the things that they need. But November 1st. It's November 1st at 12 a.m. So it was at 12 a.m. That's when it started. It's the spirits of the children. Dia de los Angelitos starts the holiday at midnight on November 1st, where the spirits of all deceased children are believed to be reunited with their families for 24 hours. Families construct an altar known as an ofrenda with the departed children's favorite snacks, candies, toys, and photographs to encourage a visit from their departed children. The names of the departed children will often be written on a sugar skull. So it's a big deal in Mexico, like the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. So they have the sugar skull. So it's a skull, and it's a skull, but it's made out of sugar, and you write who you want's name on that skull, and then that would represent that person that passed away. It's like it's significance. It Everything means something, and if you look at it and you be like, "Oh, she crazy," but it's a meaning. It's a meaning to everything. It's not. It's not that bad. Calaveras. Calaveras is a skull. I don't have a skull here. I wish I did. I would be showing off my skull. Calaveras are, I can't say this word. Ubiquitu. I don't know. I would say calaveras are a part during the Day of the Dead. Skulls are often drawn with a smile as to laugh at death itself. They take many forms, such as sugar candies, clay decorations, and most memorable face painting. Sugar skulls are decorated and placed on ofrendas. Ofrendas is the altar, like what you're offering to your ancestor, that's your ofrenda, you know? Ofrendas of loved ones. A calavera, the skull, is a decorative skull made usually by hand from either sugar or clay, which are used in the Mexican celebration of the Day of the Dead. So it's a big celebration in Mexico, but today is the first day of the Day of the Dead, and it's for the children, Los Angelitos, the babies, the babies that we lost. And that's it. The ofrenda is important because you are supposed to be giving to your ancestors and do something like honor them, remember them. I like burning ancestor money, so I burn it all the time. And when I have an opportunity to cook, I cook, and I'm happy when I'm cooking because I get to give to them, and I'm happy that they have something to eat, and it's spiritual, like it's there. The food is rotten in real life here, but in the 3D is food for the ancestors, and they love it and they like it and they eat it, and it never goes away. It's just there. You replace the food, the dish, with something else when you're ready. When the food, I don't know, when it gets bad enough and you want to give them something else, then you just make something else. What else? While the most recognizable aspects of the Day of the Dead are the representations of the skull and skeletons, the tradition that holds the most meaning is the ofrenda. That's the offering. That's the biggest part of today is offering. The ofrenda is what the whole celebration is about. It's a collection of offerings dedicated to the person being honored. A brightly colored oilcloth covers the table, and on top of that sits a collection of photographs. So it's usually like, okay, say the table is like this, right? And then it's two tiers. So there's a top tier and the bottom tier. So the pictures go on top, right? And then all the food goes on the bottom tier, but that's how it's supposed to be. I don't have that luxury, right? So it's like I have the pictures, like it's all there, like my memories are there, the offering, my ofrenda is there, and I'm happy with that. Like I have the candies out, like I have a bowl of candies, like for the kids. I have a bowl of candies, the little you know so it's just out because it's for the kids. I don't have kids that passed, but it's there because it's a celebration. And personal items, like the personal items is the letter. I don't have a picture of my grandma, but I look like my grandma, and the letter is like she wrote it, and it is personal, and it's like special. Even if I don't have a picture, I have something of hers, and I put it on the altar. And what else? Items of the lower portion of the altar is where the offerings are placed, from the tradition Mexican cuisine to other items that represent the honored person's particular taste. I'm going to be talking about the Day of the Dead for today and tomorrow because it's just a big deal to me. It's important to me, the Day of the Dead, to honor the dead, to honor the deceased, to honor your loved ones. So I do an altar, like I have an ancestor altar. Is to honor them, to remember them. I burn ancestor money. It's to honor them. It's to remember the ancestors. I talk about it because I want you to know too. It's a Mexican tradition. It's a Mexican tradition to honor the dead. Like we are supposed to be honoring the dead. And how I remember is because when Halloween comes, then the Day of the Dead is the day after. So I know that the Day of the Dead is the day after Halloween, November 1st and November 2nd. It's for 2 days. And today we celebrate the kids, November 1st at 12 a.m. We remember the kids. And then at midnight, at November 2nd at midnight, we remember the adults. We remember the adults. Let's see. Let me get the information correct. The Yeah, spirits of the adults is at midnight today. They shift. The celebration shifts to honor the lives of the departed adults. The night is filled with laughter and fun memories, much like the night before. However, the ofrendas take on a more adult-like theme. Like now, you can put tequila on there. You can put some hard liquor on there for the adults. You could put stuff that they would like the games and cards. Like you do stuff that the ancestor would like. And then for it's still November 2nd, right? But it's at noon. At noon, yeah, November 2nd at noon. The next day is the grand finale and public celebration of Dia de los Muertos. They have parades, they do all this stuff. It's more recent times, people come together in their cities, dressed up with the calavera painted on their faces. That's the skull painted on their faces. They paint it on their face. They have parades in the streets, cemetery visits. Like I don't go to the cemetery. I won't go there. But I'll see it. Like I'll see a video of people going to the cemetery, but I won't go to the cemetery. Are common on the last day, as families will go to decorate the grave sites with marigolds, flowers, gifts, and sugar skulls with the departed's name on them. It's customary to clean the grave and restore the color. So that's when you go to the grave site. You clean it and you make sure everything is good for the ancestor. And then you have your altar. You make sure your altar is clean. It's clean for the ancestors because they needed to be clean. They needed to be restored. You have to replenish the food, the water. Like you have to take care. Just take care of it. But that is it. I just wanted to talk about the Dia de los Muertos, Dia de los Angelitos. That's the day of the angels, the babies. This is the babies. This is the day of the babies, spirits of the children. That's what it is. And this is day one. And then it's going to happen again at midnight and then again at noon tomorrow. So it's a 2 day celebration to honor the deceased, your deceased loved ones. I'm sorry. But always leave a love, stay positive, vibe high, and have an awesome day. Bye.